Welcome to Through the Lens of Astrology. I'm your host, Heather Arielle, and this episode is all about the new moon in Taurus that takes place May 11th and Mars in Cancer, which will be in Cancer through June 11th. Now, you know how I love a new moon. We get one each month, and it opens up a beautiful 2-week window where whatever we do, will grow and blossom. So that's why I always like to highlight the time, and I do my special new moon oracle card spread. That's why I do that, because it's just this wonderful time to say, okay, we get another chance. We get another chance to have a beautiful new beginning. So it's time to think about, are there some projects that you want to get going? Is there a relationship maybe that you want to deepen, or maybe you want to get it off the ground, right? It's just wonderful to push things forward. And we're going to talk about, well, what does it mean that the new moon is in Taurus? Because even though, yeah, each new moon does contain that beautiful new beginning energy, it really matters the zodiac sign it's in. So we're going to talk about what that means. And then I'm going to take Mars in Cancer through all 12 astrological houses. It's Mars is transiting, right? It's transiting Cancer. So it will be activating one of your 12 astrological houses. I'm going to take you through that after we do the new moon oracle card spread, so you can take full advantage of Mars, because remember, Mars makes things happen. We cannot ignore or deny Mars, right? It's going to make things happen. So we want to at least be along for the ride in that really present way. Okay, so now for the new moon oracle card spread, this is one I created, and this is one of the only spreads we do on the show where, yeah, you do need my deck, the Fundamentals of Astrology, a 52 card deck and guidebook that I created with artist Tom Cummins. He does the wonderful watercolors for the deck. And for the new moon oracle card spread, we do need to we separate them into 5 categories. Okay. We don't use all the cards. We get the moon card out. Here's the moon card. And we reverse it, because when we reverse the moon card, it says, I can see clearly now. The fog is lifting. You'll soon have the answers you'll need to make an informed decision, because that's what we want. We want the light will be growing between a new and full moon, and clarity. Clarity grows between a new and full moon. Okay, so we start with the elements. And remember, there are 4 elements, right? we have we have air and fire and water and earth. All right, so I just shuffle those, and we're gonna select a card. And these are energies that we really want to embrace over the next 2 weeks. I like to say, make these energies your friend. And it means it will be easier for us to embrace the energies of this new moon. Because this new moon is in Taurus, Taurus makes things real. Taurus is the most connected energy to the earthly plane. And so it is physical, it is sensual, it activates the senses. And as you'll I'll just, you know what, just to remind you all, let's just look at the earth card, because that is Taurus energy. And as it says, indulge your senses, embrace earthly pleasures, connect to the natural world. Manifesting energy surrounds you. So this is about making it real, right? And it means setting those projects into motion in a real and tangible way. It's not just having some kind of idea. It's really you want some tangible results when energy goes into Taurus. And Taurus is also a value. It's connected to money. So you may even have some ideas that you can turn into something that you can actually make money doing. A project that then is going to, a product or a project that will result in that. And then you can also think about relationships that have real value. This is a time when if you begin a relationship with Taurus energy in that chart, that's a relationship that can be long lasting. that can be stable, that can be very sensual, and real, and physical in all those wonderful ways. And also, you can connect with people who share your values, which is really important. So it's I love Taurus in charts and business charts because it adds value. It adds it something tangible, because sometimes we're just kind of floating and flying, and Taurus is like, yeah, we need to get real now. We need to connect into some real ways to the earthly plane. We always got to remember, especially if you're on a metaphysical path, it is very easy to kind of just lose yourself in transcendent thoughts and meditation. And because thoughts are things, they absolutely are things, but we also need to remember to stay connected and enjoy all the pleasures and benefits of the earthly plane. And that's one of the greatest gifts that Taurus has. It's the spa, it's the luxuriating energy of pamper yourself, connect to your senses, enjoy all those physical pleasures and financial pleasures as well. And if you want to do a deep dive into all things Taurus, then go to my YouTube channel, Arielle's Astrology YouTube channel, and watch my video, Sun in Taurus, How to Value Yourself and Others. And then you'll do a real deep dive into Taurus. And everything I say in that video about Taurus does apply to the energies of the new moon in Taurus. So I'm not going to, since I did that video, I'm not going to repeat too much, but I did want to just remind you of the essence of Taurus energy, making things real, connecting to your senses. It also slows us down. Earth slows us down, and Taurus is also the slowest energy of the zodiac. So it's the slowest, it's the most connected to the material plane, and it slows us down so we can say, okay, what do we want to do? Let's make sure that we're creating something that is worth making permanent in a way, because Earth in general can really make some things concrete, and Taurus is very long lasting, stabilizing energy. Now it's also, there's that beautiful tenacity to Taurus. Always think of the bull, right? So during Taurus season and a new moon in Taurus, when you do go forward now with your relationships, with your projects, be the bull. Know that you have the tenacity to get through the finish line, but it's not about the fastest, but it's about taking real, tangible steps toward that, knowing that you have the stamina. You absolutely have the stamina with this new moon in Taurus energy to reach the finish line. Okay, so let's let's go ahead and start this spread and pick an element. Okay, so which element is really going to help us completely manifest these very stabilizing Taurian energies? Okay. Ooh, okay, air. All right, air. So if air is going to help us, all right, if air is going to be our best friend, well, what is air? It is our thoughts. It is our communication. All right. So it really means we need to use our words. That means we need to communicate. So we are being encouraged over the next couple of weeks to send messages. Yeah, that means make those phone calls, send those emails, text people, however it is that you're communicating, do your Zooms, whatever. But air is saying share with others what you are thinking, because air is, it's thoughts, it's mental, and if that's going to be our best friend, it's time that we communicate and we let others know, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling. Well, think about it. If you want to get a project going, then you're going to want to let people know, um, oh, this is a project that I want to get going, and this is the work I've done on it. Or if it's a relationship, you want to say, hey, uh, you want to go out, you want to do this, you got to use your words, right? You got to let people know what you're thinking and feeling. That's a beautiful first step. So whether you want to put it in writing or do a phone call, and this is also very social energy. So it is socialize, communicate, and use let people know what you are thinking. This is dialogue time. Yeah, this is dialogue time. Okay, that's beautiful. All right. And we do have some air, we have some energy in Gemini. Venus is in Gemini right now, and Mercury is transiting Gemini. So with Mercury and Venus in Gemini, air rules, air is connected to Gemini energy. So there is a lot of air energy going on right now, which, and Mercury loves to be in Gemini. So with that energy, it just means, yeah, let's connect to our ideas, our thoughts, and share our thoughts. And words are your best friend. Your words are your best friend when we have Mercury and Venus in Gemini. And then we got that message. Okay, now we're going to pick a modality. Now, there are three modalities: mutable, fixed, cardinal. And Taurus is of the fixed modality. That's the tenacity and stamina, okay, that Taurus gives us. So we're going to pick a modality, say, okay, as an inspirational message, which modality, if we connect to, can really give us that extra special connection to these new moon energies. Okay. Woo! Mutable. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, mutable air, this is really funny. All right. It's a new moon in Taurus, but mutable air is Gemini. Now, mutable air is Gemini. And as I just said, we have Venus and Mercury both in Gemini. Okay. So that really does mean, uh, boy, that is really highlighting what we're thinking and making sure we share our thoughts. And mutable is survival of the fittest. A new approach may be the solution. Be flexible and adapt. All right. So that really is saying it's time to really think about, okay, so what is it that you want? What are you trying to push forward? Have you tried to push it forward recently, or because sometimes we think about something for quite a long time and we think, well, I'd really like to push this forward. I'd like to get this going, but I don't know how. So far it's saying there is a way, just be flexible, adapt, try something new, but it will involve your words. So try a new way of communicating. Sometimes we do things indirectly and says, well, this needs maybe a phone call. Maybe this needs a direct message. This needs a phone call, a Zoom saying, hey, I've got this project that I want you to know about. Or, hey, do you want to go out? I really think you're great. Let's just, sometimes it's the direct appeal with with these energies. Sometimes we beat around the bush too much, right? And this is sort of saying, okay, whatever you've been doing, go ahead. Don't be afraid. Try something new. All right. Now, the next card we're going to pull is a planet card. Oh, here, I'll show you the planets. Okay. So, and remember in astrology, we just call them all planets. The sun is a star, but it gets lumped in as a planet. Okay. Let's choose a planet. Amen. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, the sun. Oh, the sun is so beautiful. All right. Shine your light brightly. Celebrate this time of good health, blessings, and much deserved success. All right. The sun, wow, that is a really powerful card to get. So, if we really want to embrace the sun, if that's going to help us, the sun is also beautiful clarity. Nothing can hide in the sun, it illuminates everything it touches. Yeah. So, it is time to illuminate. Illuminate your surroundings with what? With air, with your beautiful words and your beautiful thoughts. Okay. When you get sun and air, it's how we want to illuminate when we get the sun. How do we illuminate? Okay, with our air, with our beautiful words and thoughts. That really, boy, that really does shine a light on. I can see clearly now the whole purpose of this new moon spread, that it is time to shine a light and to add clarity to maybe some things have been going on, and maybe too much is been hidden, so it's been hard to either push a relationship forward or push a project forward because of hidden information. The sun says it is time to everything needs to come out. Everything needs to come out now. And it's time to illuminate. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Really make sure that you are sharing with those people. Uh, with the people who you want to be, if you have people that you know you want to be part of something that you're doing, right? Whether it's a relationship or a project or a business, whatever it is. This is saying it is really time to be clear and to illuminate that and to share that, because often people, they don't know, or sometimes we think we're being clear, or we think, oh, well, so and so should just know that. Well, have you told them? No, you just got to tell them. Now, this also highlights masculine energy as well. So think about the men in your life. And it's time, well, the sun is also action, let me say it that way. Okay. Because we do talk about, it does rule a lot, it does rule men. Okay, so it does rule fathers and brothers and things like that. But it's also, it's action, it's action time. So the sun is really saying act, and act in ways that will illuminate. And it's also, it's very positive. It's saying definitely be optimistic, be hopeful, and and shine your light brightly. That's also a really important message of the sun. I say a lot, I often say we are lit from within, right? We don't need anyone to light us up. It's not about waiting for somebody to come and make us feel alive. We are alive, we are lit from within, and the sun, it says shine your light brightly. So go into the world these next 2 weeks and really, really make sure that you are shining your light brightly on everyone, and using your beautiful communication skills, sharing your ideas and your words, and shining that light. And that is going to help you really manifest in real and tangible Taurian ways. Oh, that's beautiful. And remember, these messages, if you are listening, then if you're listening to Through the Lens of Astrology, then guess what? You're part of the group. And these messages will be for you. So all of these messages, they're for you, they're for me. I'm part of the group. I say that all the time. I'm part of the group. I'm not above the group. So we are all in the same group, and these messages are for all of us. Okay, so now it is time to select a zodiac sign, and they have the purple borders. Okay, this is going to tell us a couple of things. One, this is going to tell us uh, we will want to embrace the energy that the zodiac sign represents, and it also, zodiac signs represent people. So this is the call to action time. I always incorporate in my readings, because I have a strong belief that we are part of the group, and we need to be responsible for the group, and we need to contribute our talents to the group. So I always incorporate a way into each oracle card spread to kind of help us remember, okay, how can we do that? And this will also highlight energies that, if we share these energies, it's like it's time to step up, right? We all can't be stepping up every single second. That's exhausting. So this is a way to kind of say, okay, if you have this energy, make an extra effort to step up, right? This is your turn. We all got to take turns, and we all got to step up to the plate, and we all got to take turns and do our part. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the zodiac sign. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pisces. Oh wow. Piscean energy. This is the 12th and final sign of the zodiac. It is universal love. It is, boy, oh boy. It really is, you cut yourself, I bleed. So, all right. It is profoundly creative. It is creative, it is spiritual, it is transcendent, it is alchemy, it is a healing energy. So a lot of doctors actually resonate to Piscean energy, because it's the desire to heal. And it's, think about it, when we're sick, we get out of balance, and a doctor has to figure out, okay, how can we bring this body back in balance and heal and heal. And so that's a very Piscean desire, is to unify the body, right? Because if we're sick, we're not really unified. It's, yeah, so it's very sensitive, creative, compassionate, empathetic, healing energy. So one, we want to shine our light, and we want to make sure that we spread empathy, that we are empathetic, we spread compassion, we're very sensitive, and that any creative pursuit, art along with astrology elevates. So all artists out there, if we get the Pisces card, yeah, calling our all artists, step up, share, be very creative, be very sensitive, be very emotionally supportive. We also have Mars in Cancer, which is Cancer is very sensitive as well. It's water. Pisces is water. Make sure that we're connected to our feelings. And if we combine a water zodiac sign with air, we really get share your feelings. Talk about how you feel. And sometimes we don't do that. We're embarrassed to do that. And so this is really a call to say no. It's um it's really called for right now. Share your feelings. Share your feelings right now. And it is also saying, hey, calling all Pisces. Your talents are needed at this time. So if you're listening and you resonate strongly to Piscean energy, okay, your sun, your ascendant, or maybe you have several planets in Pisces, yeah, your talents are needed. Remind us. Remind us that when one person falls, we all fall. Remind us that to make fun of someone is to only make fun of yourself, because there is that unification. And Pisces reminds us, when you really connect to Piscean energy, it just becomes impossible to hurt anyone or anything, because you really do understand then that you are hurting yourself. So this is universal love. And this is compassion and empathy, creativity, sensitivity. And it is very transcendent. And that's also very powerful, the 12th house, because thoughts are things. So it's also saying, really connect with, what are you thinking? Make sure you have um, that you have beautiful, loving thoughts. Because thoughts are things, and what you think about, it does manifest, right? So you want to have your beautiful, loving thoughts, and you want to be sharing your thoughts and your feelings. Oh, wow. Okay. Now we're going to pick a house. There are 12 astrological houses, and each house is an area of experience. Okay. So this is going to highlight an area then. We say, well, okay, what's an area that maybe we want to pay extra attention to over the next couple of weeks? All right. So we got two. Well, we got two. Sometimes that happens. All right. We got two houses. We got the fifth and we got the seventh. Well, I'm kind of excited about this. All right. The fifth house, that is a romantic, fun house. It's a very creative house. So Pisces in fifth house, yeah, definitely. If you do anything creative, get to it. It's the house, of giving birth. So you can be giving birth to projects, a new relationship, or yeah, you're really giving birth, to a real baby. Yeah, that's fifth house. You know what? When you combine fifth house and seventh house, okay, let me mention seventh house and then we'll go back to the combo deal, because we rarely get the combo deal. All right. Seventh house is the house of one on one relationships. These are committed partnerships. These can be committed business partnerships, best friends, serious. You don't have to be married, it's just a serious, committed relationship. It's also house of consultants. So if you see a therapist, or that's going to fall here. If you got to get a lawyer, yeah, that's going to fall here. If you need really good consulting, right? That's this house as well. Now, when you combine fifth and seventh, oh, let's think about that. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is a chance to say oh my goodness, you know what that is? That's combining romance, that there can be a romance, somebody that you're romantically interested in, that then can develop and blossom into a committed seventh house relationship. There can also be a creative project that maybe you want to start with somebody, that then can develop into a very serious collaboration. Yeah, I have a lot of collaborators. They're all going to be seventh house. So, oh my goodness, this is a wonderful combination. This is a wonderful combination. So, okay, let's put this all together. All right. So, Taurus, remember, it's the most connected to the earthly plane. This is about getting real, making things real, tangible, assessing value. What is the value of the projects you're doing? What is the value of your relationships? Are you in alignment? Value wise, right? Are you in alignment? Just definitely ask that question for a new moon in Taurus, because the more you can connect to your values, the more satisfying those relationships are going to be, because with Taurus energy, you can really create those beautiful, long lasting, stable, sexy, and sensual relationships that they can be so physically satisfying, right? You get the whole package with that. So just to recap, all right. You got air. We're going to really share what we're thinking. We're going to be inventive and try some new approaches. If what you've been trying maybe hasn't gotten the result you wanted, okay. Bend like a willow and be mutable and try a new approach. The sun says, "Hey, you can have what," the sun reminds us to be optimistic, that we can have what we want, but we do need those crystal clear intentions, and we do need to go after what we want. Pisces, the Piscean energy says, definitely, as we go about our things, connect to empathy, sensitivity, compassion, be creative, right? Transcend, but also be very, it's healing, it's reminding us of the unification, right? That there are that it's, let's focus on what brings us together with the Pisces, and we need to have compassion and empathy. And so that when we are dealing with people who are different, we still want to deal with them with love and compassion, because if we're going to deal with them harshly, if we hurt people, we're only hurting ourselves. That's what Pisces reminds us, right? Okay, so that's beautiful. And then fifth and seventh house, oh my goodness. This is, wow, so creative, romantic. Boy, oh boy. If you want to partner with anyone professionally, romantically, this is the biggest green light. You get the fifth and seventh house. This is go for it. So this is time. You can really make things real. You can make things really real with this energy. So get crystal clear with what is it that you really want to manifest. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll take a picture of this and put it online. I'll put it on my Instagram, House of Astrology, and I'll put it with the Facebook group, Through the Lens of Astrology. Okay, and then you can see, and you can do this spread at home, uh, to get another layer, because we want, astrology is full of nuance and duality. We always want to get all the layers, right? Okay. Now, all right. So the next thing I do want to talk about Mars in Cancer, and I want to take you through those 12 houses just so you're getting the most out of it. All right. So let me just organize my cards a little bit. All right. So since, I'll tell you, it's a good thing to do this after the new moon spread, because all my house cards are, yeah, together. Okay. So Mars in Cancer. All right. Here's Mars and here's Cancer. All right. Now, always remember Mars. Mars is the planet of action. It is the planet of war. So it is very strong energy. It's why I always like to let you know, where is Mars? Where is it transiting? What sign is it transiting in? Because it's going to make things happen. It's the one transit that I really like to focus on, because if we ignore it, it can really uh, lead to some explosive results. So we get irritable sometimes if we're in denial of our Mars, or we're disconnected. Let me say disconnected. So I want to connect you to the energy of Mars, so then it's a little bit easier to embrace. Now, Mars likes to be in fire signs. It likes to be, because it likes to have, just to go forward, right? It likes to really move forward quickly in general. When it is in Cancer, it is not as comfortable, because Cancer is a water sign. It is the most sensitive personal sign in the zodiac. Okay, so it's a little tricky when Mars is in Cancer, because we want to go forward. We want to take these actions. But Cancer says, well, you only want to take actions if you really feel safe and protected. There's a sense of that shell of, it's just a little bit harder to take the actions. You feel exposed. So it's a little more, it's a little more sensitive. Now, so what I like to do, I like to say, well, think about what is Cancer. Okay. Cancer above all is nurturing energy. It is the ability to either nurture someone else or to nurture yourself. So, this is a wonderful time to say, okay, if Mars is action and Cancer is to nurture, let us take nurturing actions. And let's really think about, well, how can we nurture others? And then in what ways can we nurture ourselves? Cancer goes beautifully with Taurus because of this, because Taurus is luxuriating energy. And so you can kind of pamper yourself with Taurus. Well, if you nurture yourself, I mean, pamper, nurture, they are similar. So this is really with energy in Taurus and Cancer, it really is a time to take care of yourself and take care of others in practical, tangible, real ways. Now, because Cancer is water, it is about feeling. So that means get really present with your feelings. Really ask yourself, well, what are you feeling? Okay. Because it's going to directly impact how you take action. This is important. When Mars is in a water sign. Now, if you have Mars in Cancer in your natal chart, this pertains to you every single day of your life. But for the rest of us, when Mars is transiting Cancer, as it is through June 11th, we can all take advantage of this. So that really means that's saying, okay, Mars in Cancer. What are we feeling? When Mars is in a water sign, how we feel will directly impact the actions we take or the lack of action. Sometimes we can feel needy or clingy or moody. Cancer, sometimes we can get a little moody, or we can get so protective we go into our shell and we do not take action. Okay. We do want to take action. That's out of balance. We want to be in balance with our energy. So go ahead and get out of the shell and say, no, I want to be active, but I'm just going to take nurturing, loving actions. And it really is important with Mars and water signs. If you are having irritability or feelings, if you're doing things out of not loving feelings, yeah, try to really get in touch with that. Do some extra meditation, spend some time in nature. Try to unravel that stress, because you really want to be in touch with your feelings, because they will make you act. So connect with positive, loving feelings, and it's going to be so much easier to take those actions. And a lot of healing can be done with Mars and Cancer, because all of a sudden you're going to be letting people know that you care about them, right? If you're going to take a nurturing action toward them, maybe you want to nurture someone's project, nurture someone's idea, nurture someone's self confidence, or nurture a relationship. You can nurture on all those levels. And you can also do that with yourself. Okay, so Mars and Cancer, I'm just going to take you pretty quickly through the 12 houses. So you're going to want to get your a PDF of your chart. Get your natal chart out. A lot of you are using apps. Look it up, and remember, if you're looking at your chart, pretend it's a clock and go to 9 o'clock, and that is the first degree of your first house. That's your ascendant. That's your rising sign. It gets the whole ball rolling, and you want to look for the Cancer symbol, which I will upload to the chat group, because you want to know where is Cancer in your chart. What is the cusp? What house? So, if it's on your first house, I'm going to show you the first house card. That means you are Cancer rising. Oh, you're very sensitive. You're very sensitive if that's, you're probably, uh, yeah, there's a beautiful emotional quality that you can feel very deeply when you're Cancer rising. So that means Mars is activating your first house. That's one of the stronger transits. When Mars activates angles, it really gets going. So allow yourself, even though Cancer is receptive, Mars going through your first house is going to give you more confidence than you should normally have. And it's going to help you to be more fearless than you normally are. Cancer is not known as fearless energy, but Mars is. So, Mars traveling through your first house, allow yourself to take more risks than you normally do. And I know that sounds scary to Cancers, if you know what else is going on in your chart, but a lot of Cancers rising, they're not big risk takers unless there's something else really strong going on in their chart. Okay. So just allow yourself to say, well, Mars is in my first house. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I'm going to go for some things. And if you combine that with the energy from the new moon oracle card spread, maybe that means go ahead and speak your mind and try to get that project or relationship going or developing, because that's forward momentum energy. Now, if Mars in Cancer is going through your second house, that's your house of earned income and your values. Cancer on your second house, that can mean you might want to work. Well, a lot of us are still working from home, but working from home or working with family can be something appealing. Cancer is great for, um, it's also great for the senses and for cooking and for a lot of things that are very sensitive and personal and reflective. But it does mean for you to really be happy earning your living, you do have to feel 100% emotionally connected to what you do, because Cancer is that it's so personal. It's the most personal. So the cusp that it's on, you will have a personal connection. And so the more you can, on a very personal way, connect to how you earn your living, the more successful you will be at it, because for you, that's just really important. And that's not true for everyone. But if you have Cancer on your second house cusp, you have to feel really connected to how you're going to earn your money. So reconnect to that and go forward and nurture it. It's also an area that you should always be nurturing, and make sure other people are nurturing. It's a very sensitive point, Cancer, where it falls in your chart. That also means we're more susceptible to that house, that if somebody is harsh with us, that's going to be more damaging than, say, on the cusp of, if Aries is on the cusp, because Aries is so strong. And so I should have said that if you're Cancer rising, you really need people around you and people in your relationships to really nurture you. It's especially harmful for a Cancer rising person to have a tremendous um, harshness or criticism or people coming at them. Okay. You need to be surrounded by nurturing, loving people. Okay. So that's Cancer rising. That's a really big deal. Second house, nurture how you make your money. Okay, third house. That's your house of ideas. Nurture your ideas. If Cancer's on your third house, and that means Mars is going through that, you have all the energy in the world. Nurture your ideas, write them, put them in writing, share them. Yeah, it's the house of ideas. Okay. And it's also the house of siblings. So nurture your siblings if you have Cancer there. Your siblings are probably very important to you, because Cancer deals with family and home. Now, fourth house, that is your physical home, and that's your immediate family. Boy, if you have Cancer, and that's an angle, if you have Cancer on your fourth house cusp, you really need to protect your home and family. You need to feel so safe and loved and nurtured in your home. So you make your home exactly as you want it. That's similar to having the moon in Cancer. If you have Cancer on a fourth house cusp, or your moon is in Cancer, boy, you need to make your home a sanctuary. And if Mars is going through your fourth house and you have Cancer there, well, you have the energy to take those actions to make your home as nurturing and loving as you can make it. Okay, fifth house. Well, that is creative and that is romantic. We got the fifth house in our oracle card spread, new moon oracle card spread. All right, you got to nurture your creativity. You got to nurture your romances. That also means in romance, you could even be a little shy, that you feel that if Cancer's on your fifth house cusp, uh, you need to really feel safe and protected to pursue a romantic relationship. So you're going to just nurture your creativity and nurture your romances. Now, sixth house is the house of, that is the house of daily routine, of health and work. Nurture your health, nurture your day, have a nurturing daily routine. That's going to really fortify you. That, again, make your home your sanctuary. If your sixth house cusp is in Cancer and Mars is going through it, take actions that really nurture your health, right? That make you really feel um, um, safe and protected. And your work, it's a, take those nurturing actions. So we live consciously. When we nurture, it helps us to live consciously. So Cancer energy helps us to do that, helps us to do that beautifully. Okay, seventh house. We also got that for the new moon or oracle card spread. One-on-one relationships. That means your Capricorn rising. If you have Cancer on your seventh house, you're going to desire to have some Cancer qualities in your one-on-one relationships. It means, yeah, you're going to need those people to nurture you. You're going to need some sensitive, nurturing people. And that's going to help you to feel really safe and loved and protected. And so, and it's also very, it's personal, it's receptive. There's a very intimate quality to Cancer. So you're going to really, and it's not public. Cancer is not public energy, it's personal. And so you're going to really value some beautiful privacy with your intimate partners. And it's emotional, it's feeling, or it's feeling. So that means you're going to thrive in a relationship where people do express how they feel. Sometimes we have partners and they don't really want to talk about their feelings too much. If you have Cancer on that seventh house cusp, you're going to want a partner who will say, this is how I feel. This is what I feel. Let's validate feelings. Okay. Eighth house. Okay. Eighth house, sex, death, taxes, joint resources. All right. Nurture your joint resources. It's also, this is saying if you've got Cancer there, um, I would really say sometimes people get involved, family really gets involved. You mix your money with family when you have Cancer there. There's just through inheritances, through businesses, through all kinds of things. Um, and it's, what, I see it as very successful. You can actually have very successful mingling of family money when Cancer is on your eighth house cusp. And with women, the Cancer is also connected to the moon, and it can be connected to women as well. But I'm trying to stick with something simple. Let's stick with the word nurture, right? And take actions that nurture and then apply it to the area, because we don't we want to stay very focused so we can really maximize the energy. Okay, the ninth house, the road less traveled. This is the house of higher learning, highest philosophies, travel, world travel, and dealing with foreigners. So if Cancer is there, you really want to nurture those areas. Really take seriously higher learning and nurture. If you're in school, give yourself the time that to study and to absorb. Cancer, we don't necessarily absorb information quickly, we absorb information on a personal level. So just try to connect whatever you're learning to you personally, in a very, just try to make personal connections to your learning, and you will learn more easily. And traveling with Cancer, well, you like to travel to places where that make you feel like home, that you go there, not that they have to feel like your home, but that you feel, oh, I'm at home here. You want to feel at home when you travel. So try to, even when you travel, create those little sanctuaries, even if it's for, oh, I'm going to be here for a week. Okay, make your room, your hotel room, a nice little sanctuary nest. The more that you can do that, so take a few, I often tell travelers who resonate to Cancer, take a few personal items. I mean, like tiny, something tiny, a few things that you can do so that you feel you're at home wherever you are, because Cancer is the love of the home, is a desire to feel at home. And part of that is to feel really where you can exhale, right? That's what it feels to be at home. Okay, 10th house. All right. 10th house is another angle. If you have Cancer up there, this means the more go ahead, nurture your career. Okay, this is your profession. And it is also saying you're going to want to really emotionally connect to what you do professionally. The more you can emotionally connect to it, make a personal connection, the more you will feel confident pursuing, because Cancer is inward energy. The 10th house is outward. So if Mars is traveling through your 10th house, that is a time when you are supposed to compete. You're supposed to fight. And Cancer on your 10th house, you don't necessarily feel like fighting for your career, but Mars is warrior energy. Allow yourself to be more confident when Mars is going through your house, right? Whatever house it's going through, allow yourself to take that individual initiative and to compete, right? So, Mars in your 10th house, go ahead, compete. Compete in that 10th house, make the extra effort with your career. Okay, 11th house. That is the house of friends, of organizations to which we belong, and to our hopes and dreams. Cancer means, you're going to want friends that feel like family. You're gonna want to be able to let yourself down with your I mean, let your hair down with your friends and really be comfortable. You want, yeah, friends, when you get together, they feel like home. That's what you're gonna like. With Mars there, you have energy, right, to really pursue friends. Go ahead, take nurturing actions toward your friends, and take nurturing actions toward organizations you like. Okay. And hopes and dreams, nurture your hopes and dreams. That's a very powerful placement. Mars in your 11th house. We forget this is the wish house. As it says, embrace your heart's desire. Your deepest hopes and wishes are coming true. Express gratitude for these answered prayers. So, Mars and Cancer in your 11th house. Reconnect to your deepest hopes and dreams and nurture them. Nurture them. Okay, 12th house. 12th house, that's a water house. So Cancer is fine on that cusp. Cancer's like, oh yeah, I can deal with the 12th house. It is deeply receptive, it is feeling, it is sensitive. It is the house of transcendence. So with Mars in Cancer, take nurturing actions where you want to meditate, you want to relax. It's almost like a retrograde. Mars and Cancer in your 12th house, take retrograde actions, reflect, rejuvenate, do activities that really rejuvenate you and nurture you in very calm, relaxing ways. You're going to get so much out of that. So, find where Cancer is. What cusp is Cancer on in your chart? You want to connect the word nurture to that area. And with Mars is in Cancer through June 11th. So through June 11th, once you know where Cancer is, you're going to say, okay, you're going to make an extra effort to take nurturing actions in that area. And you're going to want to take extra effort to really emotionally connect to that area and say, okay, Mars is in this area. I'm supposed to be a little more fearless, even though Cancer makes me want to withdraw a little bit. Cancer, we can we can go inward and withdraw. Mars is outward. So Mars is saying, no, 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 take actions. Don't withdraw too much. Go forward. Mars wants us to go forward. And Cancer just says, okay, go forward with love, go forward with nurturing. And it's go ahead. You don't have to go super fast, but go forward. Because sometimes Cancer is so receptive. And because of the shell, Cancers can stop. They withdraw and then they don't take any action. So Mars is a great opportunity. Mars in Cancer is to make sure in the most sensitive part of your chart, which is where Cancer is, you have a beautiful window. It will be more easy for you to take action there than it is normally. Okay? So, all right. So I hope that was clear. All right. So we have new moon in Taurus. This is the time, new moon, May 11th. Just be present with those beautiful, stabilizing new moon energies in Taurus. If you can connect with nature, oh boy, you get a real big bang for your buck, because Taurus is just you can have such a beautiful, meaningful connection to nature, because it really is about it's the senses. Indulge your senses, embrace earthly pleasures. And it's just a wonderful time to remind us of all those earthly pleasures, even though we're on a beautiful metaphysical journey. And yeah, we're going to keep meditating and we're going to keep doing, we're going to keep connecting to spirit. And all of that is so beautiful. But spend time in nature, reconnect, connect to your senses. And it goes beautifully with the Mars in Cancer. Let's all take nurturing actions. And also remember that Venus and Mercury are in Gemini. So this really is a time to speak your mind. Gemini is of the mind and it does involve words. So write them, speak them. You can sing them. Venus and Gemini is very musical. So you can sing them, write them, but share them. Share your ideas. Let people know how you feel. We got a lot of water today. Cancer is water. We got the water Pisces in the spread. We got air. So, this is really a time we are being encouraged to feel deeply, to feel for more people than maybe we're used to feeling. And we are being encouraged to communicate our feelings and to really manifest in real, tangible ways. Make things a reality. Turn projects in, get a real concrete plan. Make projects into reality. Get relationships. Don't just have, relationships can be in the mind. That's like, make it real, or at least try to make it real. And you know what? And sometimes people say to me, but yeah, but then what if I get rejected? I don't want to do that. But you know what? It's better to try, because one, they may say yes, and then you get this amazing real relationship that's wonderful. And if not, you need to move on, and you need to be then using your energy toward a relationship or a project that can go forward. So it's always better. We want to be moving forward. And Mars and Cancer, if we all have that nice, nurturing, forward momentum, things can really begin to blossom. And there is no better energy than with a new moon in Taurus to make things real. So set your plans in motion. That's our show. Until next time, enjoy and embrace transformation.